know that music entertains us, but there's so much more to it than that. Music is what brings us together. It can inspire, motivate, and heal. And just sometimes, a song can say everything when we can't. I'm so excited to bring you these wonderful tunes and artist stories. I'm Stacy Newman, and this is More Than the Music. Hey guys, welcome to More Than the Music. I'm Stacy Newman. This week we are talking to Tony Jackson and Molly Tuttle. First up, we've got Tony Jackson. He took a very unique path into country music, and it seems to be serving him pretty well. He came to visit us here in our home studio in Chattanooga. Let's take a look. We're here at Heartland Studio in Chattanooga, and we're talking to Tony Jackson today. Tony, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell us about how you got into country music. It's kind of an interesting story.
Well, I grew up listening to Armed Forces radio. My dad was Navy since before I was born, and so Armed Forces radio, there's no genre. It's whatever someone calls on bass and says they want to hear it, they play it. So country music's always been around for me. And I had an opportunity. We lived in Rota, Spain for 3 years when I was a kid. When I was 10, when I was 13, and we had a USO show come on bass, and all the bass was excited about it leading up to it. And some friends and I went down to see the goings on, and this guy comes out and he's talking to us, asking us a bunch of questions about what it's like to be an American kid overseas, and we're learning Spanish and all this stuff, and made a new best friend that day. Not many people are interested in what a child has to say. But we came back later for the show, and the guy that we're talking to was on the stage. So it was like, that's Randy Travis, the guy that everybody's been talking about. So country music's always been part of my life.
I can hear Randy Travis a little bit in your singing.
Is that
I wonder
right?
if it harkens back to that day.
Well, thank you.
If you could pick anybody, living or dead, to collaborate with, who would it be?
Oh man, that's a tough one, because there's so many great people out there. But right now I'm really loving what's coming out of Chris Stapleton and that camp. I'd love to be able to get in a studio with him and do some of them.
That would be a wonderful thing to listen to.
Yeah.
Who would you say influences your music the most?
The most, I'm a big fan of the traditional country greats, and I'd say Randy Travis is the biggest influence on, just delivery-wise and content-wise, and just demeanor and voice. I hear his voice most often when I think about it.
Tell us a little bit about this single of yours, Old Porch Swing.
Well, a good buddy of mine penned it. Cole Capshaw out of Nashville, and he was playing at a songwriter night back home in Richmond, Virginia, and the song just took me back to days growing up on our old porch swing. Ours was at my grandmother's house, and my sister and I didn't have any toys over there, so we used to kind of swing on the porch swing like it was Six Flags, bang it up against the house and stuff like that. But it's the nostalgia of times growing up and the experiences you've had, in places, and my mind's those porch swinging, and it's really resonated. So that's the background.
Yeah. It's something that I feel like most people think of as a Southern thing, but I grew up north and we had porch swings too, and they definitely,
Universal.
Yeah, it's a really sweet song. I really like it.
Thank you.
Guys, let's check out Old Porch Swing.
Mama used to love to reminisce. She'd sat out on the porch on nights like this. She'd tell me about her favorite things in life, like honeysuckle, rain, and fireflies. Out on that old porch swing, I learned summertime and Friday night. My daddy's guitar, couple cooks, and all the guys. The hours pass like cars through midnight air. The first tunes that I ever played were there, out on that old porch swing. I played everything: Leonard Skinner, Stevie Ray, some Garth Brooks, a little Hank, and everything in between. Out on that old porch swing, and my mind would just go rocking back and forth to the memories I made on my front porch. The first time that I looked into her eyes, she was close enough to press her lips to mine. We were swinging through the night hand in hand. That's where the best chapter in my life began. Out on that old porch swing, I had everything: my first love and my first kiss, what I'd wanted and what I'd missed, everything in between. Out on that old, and I love that old, and I miss that old porch swing.
Say you were inexplicably allowed to bring only one album to a desert island. What would it be?
Oh, man. Okay, I wasn't ready for that one. I just get to pick one. I'd say Stardust, Willie Nelson.
Do you karaoke?
I have.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
Just kind of flip through the thing and stick my finger on a number, and if I know it, I'll just throw that one up there and go for it.
That's gutsy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess with your voice, you can get away with that sort of thing.
Well, you would think, but just blame it on the golden beverages.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I've got a fun game I'd like to call 7 Favorites.
Okay.
We're just gonna go rapid fire.
All right.
What is your favorite food?
Pasta.
Favorite sport?
Football.
Who's your team?
Redskins.
All right. Favorite book?
Pet Cemetery.
Favorite game?
Monopoly.
That's very competitive.
Yeah, and it goes on a long time.
Forever.
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Godfather series.
Except 3, right?
Yeah.
No judges.
Yeah, that's kind of overtime, it's like, but it's good. I like it.
Favorite TV show?
The Wire.
Mine too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
Talked to Steve Earle not too long ago, and I just had to fanboy out a little bit about his little
yeah.
cameo in
He
it.
had a good role.
This one's probably going to be tough because you've traveled all over the place, but what
Okay.
is your favorite place?
I got to go with home. And Richmond, Virginia is where the Jacksons are from. And, I didn't spend a whole lot of time growing up there, but it's home. It's my favorite of them all.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah. How'd I do? I passed?
Yeah, best one so far.
All right. Yes.
Tell us about the first time you played for an audience.
The first time that I remember was a school play. I was in Spain, and we did a Christmas show, and I sang White Christmas, and I had a solo. And so that was my first time in an experience with so many people, and they were all just kind of, so it was terrifying, but I think I was bitten after that. I was like, I got to do that again and again and again and again. I can't stop.
I just recently saw your Purple Rain cover, and it was just,
Yeah,
just
you
wonderful.
like that?
I loved it. When you're not touring or recording,
Yeah.
what are you doing with your spare time?
I've got 3 kids,
Oh, wow.
and I've been singing and performing since before they were born, so to them that's normal. They're not really into it. And so they have their things. My son plays football, and my middle child, my daughter, she plays lacrosse, and my youngest is into whatever comes up as long as she's doing it with someone else. Like you know, she's just a people person, loves to hang out. And so, you know, every chance I get when I'm at home, I'm looking forward to hanging out with them and then doing their stuff.
That's great. So tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now.
Well, we came out with an album this summer in May. It's called Tony Jackson. That's as creative as we can get for the first title out the gate. And we've had several singles off of it. We've been very fortunate for the first time out. And so we've been out promoting it. And right now we're starting to transition and begin on working on the next thing. So another record's coming down the pipeline. But right now we're out playing shows. You know, dates for 2008 or 2018 are still coming in weekly, and so out playing and making new music as we go.
Tony Jackson, what is your spirit animal?
Man, spirit animal. Honey badger. How about that? Is that good?
Whoa.
Yeah. Honey badger don't take no stuff.
Yeah, stuff. That's
Yeah,
what they say.
yeah.
Do you have any weird habits?
Well, I guess weird would be something placed on me by someone else, and I haven't heard of any. But you know, okay, guilty pleasure. Every once in a while, I like to get on the Xbox, and play Call of Duty with my old buddies from the Marine Corps, and then we get our butts kicked by a bunch of teenagers, and they talk trash to us on their headsets. And so yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, you know, people think you live a rock star life, you're always out playing music, but what they don't know is
Tony, you've got over 40 million YouTube views right now.
Yeah, across Facebook and YouTube. People are digging it and sharing it. I have a fan page on Facebook, Tony Jackson Music, and very lively audience, right? We got like a good 30, 40 people on there right now. Hopefully we can get that number up to 50 or so by the time this airs. But no, we have a good time, and I personally manage that page. You know, from wherever I am, I'm on there. And so that video that we did for the Grand Tour, we put it online, including Facebook, and it just took off. So it's been shared almost 1 million times, which is really awesome. I appreciate it, and that's one of the most things that I hear from people, you know, strangers, wherever I am, you know, you're that guy from that, you singing that George Jones. So it's cool. It's meant to be a tribute, you know, not so much a cover or reinterpretation. It's just my tribute to the man and the song, and I'm thankful that so many people have liked it and shared it.
Yeah, well, you and George Jones both have that Marine background too.
We were both in the Marine Corps. That's right.
Yeah, it's very cool.
He's a couple of years behind me, but
yeah, just a few.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tony, it's been wonderful talking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, y'all look up his tour dates and go check them out. Stick around, y'all. We've got Molly Tuttle up next on More Than the Music. Hey guys, welcome back to More Than the Music. We've got Molly Tuttle up next. She was the very first female winner of the IBMA's Guitar Player of the Year just last year in 2017. I'm so excited to feature her interview. Let's take a look. We are here at Alley Taps in Nashville, Tennessee, and we are talking to Molly Tuttle today. Thanks so much for talking to us, Molly.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I did not realize back in the day that the amazing music I was hearing on an episode of Prairie Home Companion was you and your father.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, you were the first woman winner of the IBMA Guitar Player of the Year, like ever. So exciting.
Yeah, it was super exciting.
Tell us how you got started in music in the first place.
Well, I started playing guitar when I was 8, and I grew up, my dad is obviously a musician, and he's taught music in the Bay Area, taught private lessons for a long time, like since before I was born. So I always heard music growing up and always really loved music, and I remember just picking up other instruments like fiddle or piano. I took piano lessons for a little while when I was really young, but I just didn't have like the attention span. But then when I started guitar, my dad would teach me, and he'd sit down with me every day and show me like a tune or a new chord, and that just made it kind of fun to be able to jam with my dad and just do it around the house as like a mellow thing that we did together. So that's how I got started.
I tried a few different instruments before I finally stuck with mine. It can be tough until you like find what fits.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's cool that you guys have that bond together.
Yeah.
I'm really interested because you are such a unique guitar player. Who would you say your influences are musically?
Well, my influences for guitar playing, obviously like the kind of people who pioneered bluegrass guitar, like Clarence White and Tony Rice. I think I learned a lot from listening to them, and I think my dad was really influenced by them as well, and I kind of picked up a lot from his playing. When I kind of got a little older and was starting to develop more of my own sound, I listened to a lot of David Greer and Dave Rawlings, because I loved Gillian Welch, and I got into her songwriting, and then I was like, wow, that guitar playing is so cool, like I want to know who that is. So yeah, his playing, I think, was really influential to me, not even just like his style of playing, but just that he had such a unique voice on the guitar, and his use of like dissonance and just his unique tone. I was like, that made me want to kind of find my own voice too.
Is there anybody that, like just a bucket list dream collaboration, like who out there would you just want to play with if you could pick anybody?
I think, yeah, maybe like Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings would be pretty amazing. They were
come
just
to Chattanooga in a couple weeks. Maybe we can make it happen.
Chat.
Are there any like songs or musical artists that you really enjoy listening to that might surprise your fans?
I think someone or a band that I listened to a ton, especially like when I was starting to write songs, and just I listened to them a lot as a teenager and in college, as the Smiths, and I think Johnny Marr, the guitar player in that band, was also kind of an influence to me, but it's not like really something people would, I don't know, I don't think like people would hear my music and think that I was influenced by them, but they're some of my favorites.
What have you been listening to lately?
Lately, what do you think? I've been listening to a lot of like Amy Mann's new record.
That's awesome.
Yeah, before I kind of recently got back into her, I'd listened to a lot of her like 90s stuff, but her new album, I love the songwriting on it, so I've been listening to that kind of nonstop. And actually, my manager, Andrew, gave me a ticket to see War on Drugs about like a month ago or something, so I saw them and I hadn't really listened to them before, so I've been listening to their new album a lot too.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
This new one is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about your album Rise that was released last spring, summer time. Can you tell us just a little bit about your writing process on that?
A lot of the songs, well, not a lot of them, but the songs that are on Rise, I started writing like probably even from the time I first started writing songs when I was 16 or 17. I kind of had some seeds of songs that later developed into the ones that were on Rise. I think You Didn't Call My Name, that song especially, I really wrote that like a while ago. I was probably only 17 or 18. So it kind of spanned this whole time of like me starting to write songs in California, and then I moved to Boston and studied music at Berkeley and just continued to write a lot there. And then by the time I moved to Nashville, I had this group of songs that I really wanted to put on a record. So yeah, it was all kind of like leading up to that. And I think a lot of the songs I was writing during times of like change, like kind of becoming an adult and moving around. So I think that's reflected a little bit on there too.
Yeah, I can totally hear that in the songwriting. I love your lyrics.
Thanks.
It's just like very creative and beautiful.
you.
It's just, I love it so much. So we are going to be showing Lightning in a Jar. Can you tell us a little bit about that song and video?
I guess I wrote it a little bit inspired by kind of, well, I grew up in California, but I spent a lot of summer times out in Illinois at my grandparents' farm. And that was just a really fun time growing up. It was like, I didn't really get to hang out in like any rural areas apart from that. And I remember just kind of like everything slowing down. We get to sit out on the porch and see lightning bugs and stuff. And there were also like kind of unexpected thunderstorms that would happen during the summer. So that all that imagery I was thinking about when I was writing that song. I think just like feeling a little bit nostalgic. So then when we did the video, we tried to capture some of that. So some of the videos are from my childhood on the farm in Illinois.
Oh, awesome.
I tried to incorporate that. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, well, let's check that out.
Like thunder in summer.
Here she goes.
Without warning, you were there. I recall your electric eyes, windswept hair. You were lightning in a jar. I'm sorry I tried to hold you. I was stricken by your charm. lightning in a jar. Started praying for lightning to hit twice. Now I've lost every trace of you. Picking up the pieces, and the fragments of my heart. It wasn't strong enough to hold you. You shattered it all apart like lightning in a jar. Lightning in a jar.
With Rise already being out and your success with that, which has just been wonderful to see, what do you have coming up next? What are you working on now?
Well, I'm writing a lot right now, thinking about a full-length album this year. So that's what I've been working on, and then the year touring-wise is going to be pretty busy. At the end of the month, I'm going to Glasgow for Celtic Connections, which will be really fun.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, the year's going to start kind of picking up in March a little bit more, and then doing a lot of festivals this summer.
Last question. If you were a pizza, what kind of pizza would you be, and why?
I think I would be like a pesto and artichoke pizza with goat cheese. And I'm vegetarian and I love goat cheese, so I think artichoke is like California and pesto is just delicious. So.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Molly. It's been a blast.
Totally.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us this week, guys. We had a great time talking to Tony Jackson and Molly Tuttle. Pick up their music and check them out on socials. Look us up too while you're there. And thanks to Alley Taps for hosting us in Nashville too. We'll see you guys next week.